Hi everybody, Ellen Jaffe Jones, and I am going to demonstrate for you the 3 different blenders that are currently occupying space in my pantry. And this first one down here is the new Vitamix Ascent 3500. It is actually, it came out last February, but what's new is that it came with these attachments and this incredible Perfect Blend blender that now through Bluetooth technology connects to an app on your smartphone, so you don't even need to know how to cook anymore. You just pick out a recipe and it talks to this scale, and it's just it measures the ingredients and it measures how many calories once you're done, and it knows basically, it tells you how much of what to use depending on the container you have. We'll do a whole video just on that once I figure it out. It didn't come with instructions because I guess they figure with Bluetooth technology you're going to go online and read the instructions, which of course I have not done. So I'm trying, as I always do, to figure out things on the fly intuitively, because I figure if you're that kind of person, you're not going to have time or inclination to read something. Who reads instructions, right? Okay, but this is the new one. They say it's quieter, and I'm doing a video on how quiet these different devices are, because when I did that a few years ago, we had more people watch that video on YouTube than any other video, with one exception. So if you're a fan of my channel, you know which one is the most watched video, and you can go check that out. But we have measured off all the ingredients exactly the same. There's 2 ounces of milked cashews in each one of these blenders. And you can make your own cashew milk, of course, in these blenders, and that's a lot of fun too. Knock yourself out. But for today's purposes, we're just measuring the audio quality. I'm going to go down each one, boom, 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 and you can make the judgment about which one is the quietest. So this is the new Vitamix. This is a newer Vitamix. This is the 750 series. And the cool thing is, if you have a lot of Vitamixes collecting dust in your house, they will give you a voucher to send it back. Once you get a newer one, for $100 they'll give you a refund, which is pretty cool, because you can never have too many Vitamixes, right? But you can, and so if you send them back, you get this $100. I'm not sure if it's a voucher or an actual check, because I've already bought mine, but at any rate, you get one of those, and they want it mainly for the motor. That's what they're recycling, and they do reconditioned Vitamixes too, so that's pretty cool. Then the third device is the Ninja, and what I've done is, again, we've got the 2 ounces of cashew milk in there, and then I have apportioned everything out. So Vitamix will send you, in their newer devices, first you should be putting liquids, then dry goods, we don't have that in, then the leafy greens, then the fruits and the veggies, and then any frozen ingredients. So we're going to start next with our leafy greens. I have kale with the stems on, and as you can see, it's starting to go. It's been in the fridge a few days, but I'm not cutting it up any more than that, and we'll try and stuff it down there. Be careful though if you do this. You really shouldn't do this with the Ninja blade, because you could cut off a finger that way, but I want it to be all things equal as much as possible. And then we're going to put it in the 750. The difference, by the way, between this blade and this blade, this is closer to the bottom, so they say that combined with the extra insulation of the new technology within the base makes this device quieter. But I'll let you be the judge. Then next we're putting in the lighter, but not as light as the leafy greens. We have 3 raspberries, 1 strawberry, and 4 grapes, all going in equally. And with as few ingredients as I'm using, it probably doesn't make a whole lot of difference which goes in first, as long as you have the liquid. And then our frozen banana, a half a banana for each one. And I've done this before, but used milk, just water or ice, and you can certainly add ice to these, but the nut milk really does flavor it up. And lid number 1, lid number 2, and the nice thing about Vitamix is they give you a tamper, should you need it, that goes, it comes within an inch or so of the blade. It never hits the bottom of the blade. What's cool also about the Vitamix, the newer one, it has this pop-up lid, so it makes it easier to add ingredients. This one, sometimes you got to struggle a little bit with it. It's, first world problems, right? All right, but the main reason we're doing this is for the audio, and we're going to run it at about 30 seconds, and you'll be able to compare the volume levels. The Ninja goes to sleep after a while, but we'll wake it up. We're going to put him on the highest speed. Here we go. That was the Ninja. Now we're going to the Professional Series 750. Will it be quieter than the Ninja? Here we go, maximum speed. That was Vitamix number 2, the 750 series, and here comes our newbie, and we're going to go at the highest speed here. Just finishing up. So 30 seconds each. I'm thinking that this one was definitely quieter. Again, you know, some of the older models, people, if they're in the room, they have to like leave the room. They're so noisy. So just something to think about, because, you know, long-term exposure to noise with our earbuds and headphones and everything else we do, car volume, you want to really maximize the amount of ear damage that you have. So going with a quieter model, I think the 750 was quieter than the Ninja, and the Ninja I don't think is more than 2 years old, probably even maybe less than a year old. So these are all things to think about when you're in a store. You can't really compare them, so hopefully this has been helpful to you. And before we sign off, of course, we have to do a little taste test, because, and you should see how these blend up too. So just gonna do a little one. So this is only 30 seconds. I would probably blend it a lot more than maybe like in the Ninja, maybe 2 minutes. You see that there? And now I'm going to take a taste here. This is definitely more like a ground up salad. Very chewy, very chunky. All right. Let's go with number 2, the 750. And I'll show you what it looks like. Again, Vitamix, the reason they are so popular, they do a heck of a job. The same amount of time, it's very liquidy, and we'll get a little taste. Now, I just saw a little chunk of banana fall out, but again, I would blend this for at least a minute, maybe more, with those same kinds of ingredients. But we really weren't going for taste here or presentation. This was just about testing the audio. Really great. So I really like that. And you know, some people say, well, you should eat foods in their natural state, you know, forget about the blender. But you know what, here in Florida and elsewhere around the world, if you are knocking yourself out like a runner, like I am, or whatever your sport is, and you come back and you're really hot and sweaty and you feel like, oh, I don't know, yogurt, ice cream, this is a great, great way to get that satisfied. So yeah. All right, let's go with the Ascent 3500 here. And I will show you again the same kind of perfection of being blended that Vitamix is known for. Let me finish this one up first and compare it a little bit. So very smooth, just in 30 seconds. We're still seeing some maybe flecks of strawberries, the seeds from the strawberries actually, or just the particles of the strawberry. Very smooth going down. So again, not that you maybe would want to make a diet of blended drinks, but some people have, as the movie Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead showed. You know, you can lose a lot of weight eating this way too. But you know, we measure often our success on a plant-based or vegan diet through the weight we lose. For me, I almost died in childbirth, and so I was very premature, 3 pounds at birth, and was kept in the hospital for 2 months before neonatal units, and as a result I have garbage lungs and a garbage heart. But I am still a nationally ranked sprinter, and I attribute it to being able to eat this way pretty much the better part of the last 35 years, and even before many of us were using the word vegan, and certainly plant-based. So to be able to accomplish the things I've done, running 119 5K or longer races for my age group since 2006, just on plants. So this can be you too. I always say, yeah, some of these devices may be a little more money than you're used to spending, but let me tell you, because I've lived this with my relatives, way, way cheaper than an MRI, way, way cheaper than $1 million, no kidding, no exaggeration, in cardiac rehab for a month following a heart attack. And I got to witness that up close, personal too. So this is so much cheaper, and of course so much more delicious, and you can go out and do all this running. It's way cool. And we're just going to flip around here, because as a result of my desire to deal with my mom, aunt, and both sisters who had breast cancer, I wrote all these books. So if you follow me, Eat Vegan on $4 a Day, that was my first baby. It's still one of my publisher's bestsellers, and all these other books as well that we've done lots of videos on. So if you have any questions or comments, please put them below. Thank you very much for being here. You can also find me on vegcoach.com. All right, everybody. Hope you are having a fabulous day. Gotta run.